We're back. I just cannot stop doing these. As much as I wish to unpack all of these babies, I have already over 30 perfumes waiting in line. I do not wish to overload you guys and myself, but I've heard so many weird things about this little guy here. And the reviews are so bizarre and transgressive that I had to test this one out. It's been sitting in my little box for quite some time now. Welcome to Check That Book, a special place on YouTube where you and I get acquainted with some of the most transgressive content ever created. Usually we do, and today is no exception. We're going to get familiar with Orto Parisi's Cuoium, the infamous perfume that, an infamous little piece of work by none other than Alessandro Gualtieri, also known for Nasomatto, a perfume of which we've recently discovered. That was Fantomas, and the link for the playlist will be in the description. You can find Fantomas there as well. But why isn't this also Nasomatto? Or, I don't know, Alessandro Gualtieri brand? It is his brand, but this one is called Orto Parisi. Now, it's rooted in a very specific idea, the body and rawness of it, and the connection to earth. If you, for example, you can look at Orto Parisi's Instagram page. They have pretty interesting ideas there, and I'm here for it. I love it. Gualtieri has said the line is inspired by, his grandfather, actually. So many people expect an elderly kind of smell, whatever that means. But physical labor is the marker here, and that labor is symbolizing kind of a primal human essence. That is an interesting thought. I never thought of it that way, but that's kind of the main idea of Orto Parisi. Now, I'm not gonna just go too deep into it because it is our good old and known Gualtieri. We've already tried Seido Naso. That's actually the perfume that kick-started it all, and this one, this is supposedly an evil little bastard. And I know most of you guys, especially if you deal with perfumery on a daily basis, you will tell me that it's wrong to read into the comments of others before trying it, because otherwise you'll be biased and you will expect certain things. But here's the thing, that's kind of the idea of this entire section on my channel. We look at the so-called disturbing perfumes. And of course, it was the same thing with Unum, but not today, for example. It was dedicated to a certain character, much like Fantomas. So you know what? It's a bit of a different kind of case, and a tricky kind of question. Sure, if you can switch yourself off, that kudos to you, I guess. Sometimes I can, sometimes I cannot. I'm just fun like that, and I'm here to check mostly if these transgressive scents are actually that transgressive. Now, let me read you some user experiences. Smells like heavy, tarred leather, dusty ashes, radioactive, dry, smoky, animalistic, a brutal punch in the nose, and a wet fart in leather pants. Now, quickly about the name, I might be mispronouncing things, albeit I did live in Italy for almost a year, but Cuoio means leather in Italian, and Cuoium, well, you know, obviously. So I'm expecting leather. Conceptually, it's leather stripped to its most primal, animalistic form. not the luxury handbag or shoes kind of smell, but it's supposed to be the process of creation of leather. So all of you hardcore die-hard vegans out there, just maybe it's not for you, because you know what's leather made of, right? But then again, you can imagine that it's made of human skin. I'm already getting some Texas Chainsaw Massacre vibes, and I have not even tested this one out yet. But if this is gonna make me think of Ed Gein, it already makes me think of Ed Gein. And if you don't know, then in this particular section, in these disturbing perfume observational reviews, I tend to connect the transgressive smell to a transgressive book or movie or character. So I'm already getting, after reading these reviews and after knowing what to expect, because this is an infamous little one, something tells me that Ed Gein would be the character here. And by no means am I trying to draw attention to him or praise him. Netflix already did that. I am here to try out this scent. And you know what? Let's do just that. Orto Parisi, Cuoium. I cannot believe I'm actually doing this. But the time has come. Wait a sec, just in case. This ring should go here. You know, just in case. I am risky like this. I have blotter paper, but fuck that. I'm all for skin to skin. Skin to skin. This is kind of a skin to skin kind of situation. Right? No? I'm ready for you. Come on, do it. A friend of mine... Oh, fuck. Nah. A friend of mine said something about a toilet smell or a scent of, you know... I don't think I will start speaking about my friend right now. Excuse me? Something is wrong with me, I think. Maybe it's because I like masculine scents. I really do. And I tend to be torn between marine smells and scents, aquatic, and woody, foresty, earthy. Everything in between is like hit or miss, and usually it's a miss. Dude, I'm waiting for some crap. I'm honestly dreading. When am I supposed to feel repulsed? When am I supposed to feel uncomfortable?
2 hours later.
I need to, maybe I should call my friend right now and ask her, are you sure this was, you know what? No, I don't want to know. I don't want to know. It will spoil so many things for me in my life if I start discussing this right now, especially on camera, but... Okay, I can feel it now, but I don't feel anything butthole related like some of the reviewers and users do. It is indeed the leather making process. I smell... Oh, okay, here it comes. Yeah, there's leather, definitely. It's not a bad smell per se, but it's like... Okay, imagine this. Imagine a barn. Okay. Haystacks, barn. Some animals, some cattle animals here and there. Maybe a bull. And then in the center of that barn, we have Ed Gein, who is skinning people and making stuff out of their skins. Holy shit. And he's smoking something. Did that Geen even smoke? I don't care. I don't want to know. It's... What? Oh god. But you've clicked on this video, and since you are on my channel, you know that we usually talk about disturbing shit. Okay, this is a masculine perfume that is earthy, the way I kind of like it, but the more I smell it, the more I feel nauseous. But not in this kind of immediate reaction way, like you want to vomit. No, I don't want to. I feel nauseous. It slowly builds up. I'm not sure if I could handle this smell for a long time. You guys, fuck this one. No, I'm seriously doubting. This kind of reminds me of one perfume I used to know when I worked at one handmade cosmetics store, and we had a perfume like this. A very similar scent. I cannot put my finger on the top ingredient, but something tells me it's a herb that is often mislooked. Oh god. I need to adjust. I need a couple of days, you guys. I will return to filming this in a few days. Because honestly, this is hardcore. Maybe I'll change my mind. Maybe on a male body, on a male skin, it will open up a bit differently. I'll make sure to give this to my husband. Just to see how the pheromones and the skin and the sweat will work with this one. Because it is an interesting smell. It's just heavy. And it's making me feel dizzy, like belladonna or something. Honestly, it's... I'm still a bit nauseous, but... wow, it's just... It doesn't... Oh... But it still kind of makes me want to come back to it. It's a very herbal, not floral, herbal scent. That's down to earth. Maybe there's moss in here, I'm not... You'll find out in the second half of the video with me, which I will film most likely tomorrow or in a few days' time, because honestly, I need a bigger break with this one. I just cannot wrap my mind around it, you guys. Cuoium by Orto Parisi. I'm just gonna leave this video here and return in a couple of days' time, but you will see me in a second. Welcome back. For you, it's been a second. For me, it's been quite a few days. You have to hear me out. You see, I'm tongue-tied because I've been doing many other things these days. I've actually managed to film a couple of other videos, including The Wizard of Oz. You know, I've been returning to Cuoium, and I've been sniffing it like this. And as a matter of fact, it's okay. It's not repulsive. I kept coming back to it, feeling slight hints of tobacco, like, yeah, the leathery, animalistic scent, but also some herbs that I couldn't quite understand. And I still get this feeling like it is a scent of a barn with hay and some cattle animals. But also there's a farmer in there who is smoking and working on some stuff. I don't know. But I could not put my finger on it. I mean, this does not scream Texas Chainsaw Massacre to me like I thought it originally would. But something happened. And what happened is that one evening I decided that I'll apply it again. I applied it on my neck. Here. You know. Because usually scents stay longer. In my case, they do. So it caught up in my hair a bit also, and I wore it. And after a couple of hours, I started to feel nauseous and it made me gag. Let me describe this scent to you now. My honest opinion. Maybe it's just me. Obviously, it's just me, but it feels like it feels like someone went for a smoke in a very, very filthy toilet, like a filthy bathroom. It is not a pleasant sensation. I felt, literally, I met my mom that day, and she asked me if I started smoking. I was like, no, why? Well, you smell like, not tobacco, you smell like cheap cigarettes. Not a pleasant smell, and it feels like you've been smoking for a long time now. I'm like, no, it's not me, it's the perfume, obviously, because I've started to feel it too, but to me, it smelled more like, like a pissy toilet, like a very unpleasant and unclean space. And I was gagging. Of course, I managed to wash it off after a third time. It was still lingering after my first shower, and after the second, I could still kind of catch hints of it, but they weren't as unpleasant anymore. So they were like this, it was almost like straight from the tester bottle, like hints of that same herb I could not understand, right? And tobacco. But the longer it was on my skin, the more it felt like not tobacco, but indeed, like my mom said, cheap as cigarettes. Now, at first, I thought that this kind of might remind me of someone I knew and who used to smoke, and a person. It might have been a good association with that person, but the more I sniffed it, and as soon as I felt it develop on my skin that day, and the reviews I got from other people, including my mom, I realized that no, it's not a good one for me, not at all. And I have to agree that this is an aggressive scent, depending on your skin, on your hormones, obviously, right? And in my case, this is a no-no, because it literally screams, don't fucking dare. Don't you fucking dare apply me. Now we need to quickly talk about Orto Parisi as a brand. It is a niche perfume house founded by none other than Alessandro Gualtieri, whom we all know for his earlier project, Nasomatto, and we've covered some Nasomatto perfumes on our channel before. The link will be in the description. The philosophy of Orto Parisi is rooted in the idea that the human body and its smells is inherently expressive, even when it is uncomfortable or taboo. The brand itself takes its name from Gualtieri's grandfather, Parisi, and his garden, Orto, symbolizing raw nature, decay, growth, sweat, soil, and bodily reality. These are not sanitized interpretations of nature. They are all visceral and sometimes grotesque. Cuoium is not the refined leather of luxury products such as handbags or shoes. Instead, it evokes raw hides, burnt hair, warm skin, and industrial smoke. Cuoium is known for its tarry, smoky, and almost medicinal harshness. I would disagree with that one. To me, medicinal harshness was more a thing of unum, but not today. But I digress. The fragrance evolves slowly, revealing a faint floral softness, believe it or not, and resinous, slightly sweet base, but these never fully tame the beast. The scent remains dominantly animalic, leathery, and primal. Now, Cuoium is supposed to mimic the taboo smells, like burnt hair or warm animal or human skin, and even, well, that's what it says, fecal or sour undertones, and oh my gosh, it was sour. I'm so sorry, I need to moisten my throat. It did turn sour, hence why the cheap cigarette association. No, it's so heavy. It's not repulsive when you take a whiff real quick, which is why I was conflicted. But the longer you let it sit on you or next to you, no, the more you are. I wouldn't say appalled, but I would not wear this, and I'm not sure I would like someone next to me wearing this either. It doesn't mean it's the first time I'm actually criticizing a perfume. I have no decent associations whatsoever. Because, and by no means does that mean that the perfume is bad. Fuck no. All of the perfumes I cover in this section of disturbing perfumery are actually niche or ultra niche. They are expressions of creative art of a perfumer, and I applaud them all in their regard. Just some of them are, well, scandalous, and some of them are so... they're just not for me, right? If it's not for me, it doesn't necessarily mean you won't like it. I actually know a person who enjoys Cuoium very much. And I know people who straight up vomit when they smell it. No, I'm kind of in between, but more leaning towards rather no than yes, for reasons I explained previously. There's a movie called The Farm of 2018. If you are a fan of horror or semi-disturbing cinema, it is semi-disturbing, but it's more like a horror, like just quite a disgusting piece of cinema. Then you should probably know about this one or watch it if you haven't. I'll add some clips for your entertainment whilst I speak about Cuoium, because that's the film that came to mind when the more I smelt it, the more I was getting away from TCSM, Texas Chainsaw Massacre, and the closer I was getting to something more... What can be more disgusting than TCSM? Well, some things can, and The Farm is that movie that came to mind. I remember watching this and being like, ew. Ew. Cuoium smells like raw survival. It resembles burning organic matter and bodily fluids, decomposition, and of course it can provoke visceral reactions, disgust, fascination, or with some people, arousal. Well, some users report being captivated by this scent. Much like myself, I was at first quite confused and intrigued. I needed to decipher it, and it took me days. Others feel physically repelled, and that polarization is intentional. Orto Parisi does not aim for compliments. Cuoium aims for impact. It is loud, long-lasting, and unapologetically strange, and I agree with that so very much. Cuoium doesn't try to blend into social expectations. It challenges them. Cuoium is not beautiful in a traditional sense. It is confrontational, primal, and deeply textural. Not for everyone. It feels like you're touching upon something that's actually alive. Now, of course, online retailers offer you a cheaper deal, but if you want to buy Cuoium officially, then be prepared to give away roughly 155 euros for a 50 milliliter bottle. Now let's discover the pyramid together. I mean, what could possibly go wrong here? Well, at first we have animal and woody notes. Sure, whatever that means. At heart, you will not believe me. One of my favorite flowers in perfumery, and if you know me, if you've been on the channel long enough, you know I'm not a big fan of floral perfumes. At heart of Cuoium, we have violet. Violet, goddammit, the one I fell in love with when I was testing Bouton de Palace. What the fuck? I do not feel it here. I do not understand, and that's fascinating. Of course, at base we have leather and incense and patchouli and even vanilla. You can find the detailed pyramid online if you like, but those are the most prominent notes that are supposed to hit ya, and well, apparently they do. It's just the way they're intertwined just doesn't make any fucking sense to me, and that's apparently the whole idea and the whole concept of Orto Parisi. And that is it for now. I thank you all so much for watching. If you like unorthodox content, please consider giving this video a boost in the form of an erect thumb, and make sure to subscribe for more. Meanwhile, take good care of yourselves and your loved ones, ladies and gentlemen. And I shall see you all as soon as possible. Cheers!